this family as a friend. No, you can't.
These people are directly responsible for what's happening to the Counihan family. The family have been put under terrible stress and pressure. Only this week, Sarah, who was 15, was taken to hospital from school because of the stress of what's going on with the family. And what we're saying here, the supporters in Kilburn, is that we've heard enough excuses and lies from Brent Council. We need action. We've had enough of their words and their windbaggery. With the support of the people here in Kilburn, and particularly the families and the women of the South Kilburn estate who've supported the family, we're going to defeat Brent Council, and we say that this is a victory for one, will be a victory for all. So once the Counihans have been housed in Brent, then we want to fight for other families, and we're opposed to all of the cuts, the £41 million of cuts that have been imposed by the Labour Party here in Brent.
Light my fire! We want to light some fires here. We want to light everybody with emotion, with burning emotion against the injustice to this honourable, decent family. We want to fire the people of Camden. We want to fire the people of Brent. We want to fire the people of London to shout out justice for the Counihan. Justice for the Counihan. That's my word.
Now we all know that for decades, successive governments, whether they're Labour or Tory, have sold off our public housing. They've sold off council housing and refused to build new council homes for new generations to live in. So most people in London are living in a housing crisis where they cannot afford to pay ridiculous private rents, which go up as much as 10% every year. So more and more families all over London are facing eviction from their houses. At the same time, they're cutting housing benefit, slashing benefit to families and people all over London, all over the country, and the result will be more and more evictions.
Manipulation of the highest Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Can I get one of them?
They say get back!
We say fight back!
They say get back!
We say fight back!
Get!
Fight, fight, fight!
They say get back!
We say fight back!
The question is, if the police are public service officers, how have they now been employed by a private company / a private conference to check passes
for the people who are going to the conference. They have now employed the police for the event to check passes as security guards, essentially.
2/3 of people affected by this tax are disabled or have a member of the family who is disabled. How dare the rich with their millionaire mansions, estates and yachts take away ordinary people's right to have a spare room in their house.
I'm someone that will always need social housing, and it is my home. And also the fact that within the bedroom tax, I've had mine paid, but they've changed my tenancy. I had an assured tenancy that I fought for 10 years to get because I've got a terminal illness. They changed my tenancy to a short hold tenancy, so I'm now more vulnerable. And I think that this is a deliberate ploy to get people homeless into the hostel situation.
Ms. Edgar, I now invite you to speak on behalf of the petitioners for a period of up to 5 minutes in support of your petition.
The petition says, as in the papers, we demand that Sefton Council passes a resolution to call on this coalition government to drop the bedroom tax. We also demand that you exert pressure on the 23 housing associations within your area to adopt a policy of no evictions for bedroom tax arrears. As you're aware, the bedroom tax is a cut in housing benefit. The tenants in these households affected have to make up the difference between the housing benefit received and the actual rent that is payable. Often that difference has to come out of very limited income. And you can see that most people on those benefits cannot afford to pay that. These so-called austerity measures, which are cuts to our welfare state, will continue for years and years to come. And we will campaign, prepare and react to every attack on us and our quality of life. We urge you to join us. We will be proactive.
None of us agree or support the bedroom tax. It's iniquitous, it's wrong, it hits the poorest, it's the most vulnerable, and that, in a civilised society, is not acceptable.
The result tonight is surprising, really. My experience of other petitions being submitted by residents and residents groups is that they just say, oh, we'll note that, thank you very much. Most times you don't even get a debate. At least there was a debate. We keep up the pressure in every which way we can.